We gather today to honor the incredible service members who rest in glory in this cemetery and burial grounds around the world and in 1,000 lonely places known only to God. In every hour of peril, in every moment of crisis, American warriors have left behind the blessings of home and family to answer their nation's call. This Memorial Day is especially significant as we commemorate 250 years since the first American patriots fell on the field of battle. Those young men could never have known what their sacrifice would mean to us, but we certainly know what we owe to them. Their valor gave us the freest, greatest, and most noble republic ever to exist on the face of the earth, a republic that I am fixing after a long and hard 4 years. That was a hard 4 years we went through.
A car plowed into a crowd of Liverpool soccer fans during a parade in the English city on Monday, injuring dozens of people. Ambulance officials say 27 people were hospitalized after the attack, with 2 in serious condition. They say 4 of the 27 were children. The parade was celebrating Liverpool's Premier League victory last month. Police said they did not believe the incident was terrorism-related and that they had arrested a man they believed to be the driver. They said he was a, quote, 53-year-old white British man from the Liverpool area. They were unusually quick to give that description. A former chief superintendent in London's Metropolitan Police told the BBC this was an effort to cool speculation that the episode was an Islamist attack. With most people off work for the UK's spring bank holiday, hundreds of thousands of fans had gathered to watch the Liverpool team and its staff travel through the city centre on an open-top bus with the Premier League trophy. An eyewitness told BBC Radio that people were only alerted to the danger by screams from the crowd. That allowed some to jump out of the way when the driver showed no sign of slowing down. Videos on social media showed people thrown into the air as the car rammed into spectators. When the car stopped, angry fans converged on it and began smashing the windows as police officers intervened to prevent them from reaching the driver. In a post on X, Prime Minister Keir Starmer said his thoughts were with all those injured or affected, and that he was receiving updates on developments.
The ongoing changes create the opening for a global Euro moment. And this is a prime opportunity for Europe to take greater control of its own destiny. But let's not fool ourselves. It is not a privilege that will be bestowed upon us because of who we are, what we stand for, and the values we uphold. It will have to be earned together. Any change in the international order that leads to lower world trade or fragmentation into economic blocs will be detrimental to our economy. Sad. Yes, but with the right policy responses, there could also be opportunities. The changing landscape could open the door for the euro to play a greater international role.
A tornado ripped across the city of Puerto Varas in southern Chile on Sunday. The severe weather injured 19 people, with 250 houses being checked for damage and over 4,500 buildings without electrical service, according to authorities on Monday. An official meteorologist said that while tornadoes like this have always occurred in Chile, particularly between May and June, they are being seen more often. They say that's because of a larger population and with videos spreading on social media. The service also warned that with climate change, the phenomenon could become more frequent. Residents told local television crews that Sunday's tornado was swift with powerful gusts of wind.
There was terrible wind. Everything was destroyed. Doors flew off, glass shattered, the frames of my windows came off, and my roof. I don't have a roof.
Debris, including tree branches and tin sheets that had been used as roofing, littered the streets and hung from utility posts. Chilean President Gabriel Boric visited Puerto Varas on Monday to assess the, quote, catastrophe.
Our Chile has a surprise for us, an unprecedented tornado that has been classified as Degree 1 that affected Puerto Varas. The moment it happened, around 3:30 in the afternoon, all of the state's resources were immediately deployed to support those affected.
Chile's meteorological service warned that other tornadoes could occur again in the south of the country.
Toyota is moving some output to the UK to make cars for export to the US. Reuters sources say it will develop a line there for its sporty GR Corolla. They say that's to use excess capacity at the plant in the country and to reduce wait times for the popular model. The sources said the move was not linked to Donald Trump's tariffs on car imports. However, Washington this month agreed to cut the duty on vehicles from the UK to 10%, compared with 25% for Japan and elsewhere. The reduced rate would apply to up to 100,000 cars per year. Toyota currently makes the GR Corolla in Japan for the domestic market and export to North America and other countries. But it hasn't been able to keep up with demand for the sporty version of its famous model. Its UK plant in Derbyshire in England's Midlands will now make 10,000 per year for export to North America. The factory began operations in 1992, but has suffered a decline in output since the UK left the EU. It already makes the base model of the Corolla, which one of the sources said makes it a natural fit for production of the speedy GR variant. Responding to the story, Toyota would only say that it is always looking for ways to optimize production.
In a displacement tent in Gaza City, 16-year-old Palestinian Ahmed Al-Gaban recounts his days as a gymnast before he lost both of his legs and part of his hand in an Israeli strike. I used to walk, play soccer, and play gymnastics. We did all the activities together, he said, referring to his twin brother, Mohammed. He said they started gymnastics at age 7 and later performed in shows across Gaza. He said on March 22nd, his family ran into the street in Beit Lahia during an evacuation order and was hit by a shell. Mohammed, his uncle, and his 6-year-old cousin were killed, he said. Al-Gaban said he hopes to go abroad for treatment and get prosthetics to be able to walk again.
Before the injury, I was always praying and saying, God, if you want me to get injured, not martyred, don't let my injury be in my legs. Because the sports that I do, playing soccer and playing gymnastics, all of this, my legs used to help me, but that's God's fate. Praise God. My legs have gone to heaven before me.
Israel effectively ended a January ceasefire agreement with Hamas and renewed its military campaign in Gaza on March 18th. The Israeli military says it goes to great lengths to avoid civilian casualties. The conflict has devastated Gaza, killing more than 53,000 people, many of them civilians, according to the enclave's health authorities. The Israeli campaign was triggered after the October 7, 2023 Hamas-led attack on Israel. Around 1,200 people were killed and 251 hostages were abducted into Gaza.